Okay, so my name is Kayla Mainzer, and I did my report on making a reporting child abuse app. So to do a little bit of an introduction, I'm a social work major, so this is something that touches close to my heart. The past summer, I worked at a local social services agency and worked closely with child abuse, and no child deserves to be abused or neglected. So also, with the rise in technology, there can be an app made for cell phones, tablets, or iPads for children to download from the app store to help protect them from abuse. Now, these are your children. They're supposed to support, and as a parent, you're supposed to support and love them. And if you think you cannot do that, then it's not meant for you to have a child. Abusing or neglecting your child can permanently affect them mentally, physically, and emotionally. When abusing your child, they are growing up and they can think that this is the way that they are supposed to act and how they are supposed to treat others. And it can continue to be an ongoing cycle. So our current situation that we have, so I'm going to go ahead and define child abuse at the federal level. Any recent act or failure to act on the part of a parent or caretaker which results in death, serious physical or emotional harm, sexual abuse or exploitation, or any act of or failure to act which presents an imminent risk of serious harm. And an example of serious physical harm can be broken bones, burns, internal injuries, or bruises. An example of emotional harm can be telling your child how much as a parent you do not love them, always degrading them, or yelling constantly. So what happens when this case would go to the court? When it's brought to the court, it is not as serious the consequences are nationally can be. All it is you simply order an abusive parent to complete training, parent training or assistance. In a very serious case, the court can remove the child from the parent's home and place him or her into foster care with a relative. This placement can be temporary or permanent depending on the circumstances. In the most extreme cases, a parent's rights can be TPR, which is termination of parental rights. So in Virginia, it's defined, child abuse is defined as severe burns or cuts, multation, disfiguration, fractures forcing a child to ingest a dangerous substance, and internal injuries that are life-threatening. So now here's some statistics about child abuse on the national level and at the local level. In the United States, each year more than 3 million reports of child abuse are made, which involve almost 6 million children each day. 4 or 5 children are killed by child abuse or neglect. Children whose parents abuse alcohol and drugs are 3 times more likely to be abused and 4 times more likely to be neglected than other children. In Virginia, there are reports of child abuse in 2017. There were 55,258 children reported as possible victims of abuse or neglect. There are also 6,947 children in founded investigations, 9,796 children involved in unfounded investigations, 38,515 children involved in reports that yielded family assessments. A founded case would be the parents being found guilty in a court of law and through social services. Unfounded would be founded innocent with social services, and a family assessment would be to complete counseling or therapy. So my project plan is to make an app for the child to have to protect them from abuse that happens to them. This can be downloaded to a tablet, an iPad, an iPhone, or an Android device. The app is aimed for the children to have and the parents to not know about. The reasoning for wanting the parents or caretakers to not know about the app is because they are the perpetrators in the situation. The children will learn about this app at school. On the first day of school, teachers will be mandated to tell the children about the app, and they will give them a little lesson on what the app is, how to work it, and how to download it. During this lesson also, they can educate them on what child abuse is, what signs of child abuse are, and explaining all 3 categories: physical, emotional, and sexual. So it will be a free app. And the way I envision the picture of the app looking on the home screen of the device is being a star and it being called Fun Games for All. When the children open the app, it is very simple to use. There will be a big red button that says help in all capital letters written in white. All the children have to do is press that button one time when they feel they are in danger. The local authorities will be notified and will respond to the call. This is easy for a child to do quickly and unnoticeably. If they know they are about to be in harm, they can press the button, or after they have been harmed, they can press the button. Unfortunately, It would be hard for a child to press the button during the act of physical abuse occurring. Once the authorities arrive, they can assess the situation, take children into care if need be. I need to know who I will get support from. I'll muster support from individuals in the Richmond community. That can be lawmakers, Governor Ralph Northam, school board officials, and board of supervisors. So a qualification to be involved in my project. So if you're a social worker, social services agency, a doctor, nurse, hospitals, teachers, schools, local authorities, lawmakers, Governor Northam, school board officials, board of supervisors members, and the company that will make the app. So to give a rundown of what the goal of Child Protective Services is in Virginia, it's defined as to identify, assess, and provide services to children and families in an effort to protect children, preserve families whenever possible, and prevent further maltreatment. So how the doctors, nurses, and hospitals can be an asset to my project. They can have a child brought into the hospital or general practitioner, and they may not know why the child has these constant markings on their body, or if they are upset and they seem to have some mental delays. They can all be signs of child abuse, and they can contact the hospital social worker there, and they will report it to social services. The teacher is an asset to this project because they are someone who the child sees 5 days a week for about 7 hours, and they notice when there's different aspects different about the child's life. The lawmakers can be assets and are qualified for this project because they can change the laws as to what's happening to the perpetrators in this situation at the local and national level. Governor Northam is someone I would like to have support from for this project because he is powerful and is respected by the public. And if he promotes the app to the app company, it will be very beneficial. The school board members and school board board of supervisors members will be beneficial to have support from because they know members of the community well and can help with the creation of the app. The app company is an asset to this project because they will be individuals who will actually let this app launch. So some conclusions, the cost and benefits of this project. In conclusion, the project will be very costly, but should be very beneficial as well. It will cost between $500,000 to $1 million. And so the money that this will come from will be fundraising, asking for loans or donations. Having the app could also reduce the number of child abuse cases reported because they are stopped before the crime even begins. This can also keep the child safer because if they know their parent or caretaker is going to abuse them, they can immediately press the button. The app is also another way to educate the children on child abuse and what it is defined as and examples of it. So this is how I think my budget would look, not exactly like this, but very similar. So one would be analytics and user experiments would be about $2,300. Next would have to be the design, and that would be $5,000. 3 would be the front end, and $20,000. 4 would be the back end at $22,500. And Q&A would be $6,500. And how long each of these stages should actually take. So analytics and user experience should take 5 days. Design should take 15 days. The front end should take 40 days. The back end should also take 40 days, and Q&A should take 20 days. And these are my citations, and that's my presentation.